Miss Dance Mom's Christi Lukasiak. Christi Lukasiak was born March 3rd of 1977 in Churchill, Pennsylvania. Christi got married to Mark and they had two little girls, the oldest being Chloe Lukasiak, who was born in 2001, and which we all know Chloe was a star on the hit show Dance Moms, and their second child being born 8 years later in 2009 named Clara. About 2 years later in 2011, the hit show Dance Moms premiered on Lifetime, in which they later left after season 4 in 2014. As most of us know, Chloe and Christi returned back to the show Dance Moms, but this time returning as guest stars against the Dance Moms rival team at the time of all the drama. But just a little bit after that, Chloe and Christi decided to form a group with some of the other girls that decided to leave the ALDC, and they all formed a whole entire new group called the Irreplaceables, performed as the Irreplaceables on the show Dance Moms for the rest of season 7, and then basically the season finale of season 7 is when everybody left Dance Moms in the year of 2017.
3, 2, 1.
It's okay. So therefore, I will be starting Chloe's career after she left Dance Moms the second time in 2017. Let's get started. So after departing from Dance Moms in 2017, you would think that Christi Lukasiak took off her Dance Mom badge. That is not the case. Christi and Chloe, Kendall, Jill, Kira, and Kalani all decided to do a huge Irreplaceables tour after Dance Moms ended. Now, there's a lot of controversies within this tour alone that I'm not gonna get into. She pretty much went on tour for like the next 2 years-ish from 2017 to 2018. The first half of the tour, they did a whole bunch of places all across North America, I think like 13 cities. And then the second half of this tour was kind of like international. And this international part happened in like 2018. I believe they went to Australia, New Zealand, Peru, Ireland, and I would say Brazil, but that is when the controversy starts. Anyway, so yeah, so for the first like 2 years-ish, that's what Christi was doing. And by the time 2019 came, Christi and all the other people who were part of the Irreplaceables all had a documentary come out this year. The documentary is called the Irreplaceables Dance Movie. And all I'm gonna really say about this documentary is it is like 50-50 when it comes to ratings amongst viewers. Some people think that the production was cheap. Some people just love all the girls so much, so they were just happy with the documentary. But yeah, it was pretty like 50-50. After Dance Moms, they were on a go with that tour. Christi and Chloe, they were still going on like family vacations to amazing places. In the year of 2019, I would say it calmed down for Christi a little bit, only because the tour just got done. The documentary came out. She's going on all these amazing vacations with her family. Christi was still able to whip out 3 other things during this whole entire 2017 to 2019. And first, that's starting with her commercial with the huge and widely known brand Snuggle Bear. She actually did this commercial with Clara, her youngest daughter. The second thing that Christi did, and that is starting her YouTube channel. Christi Lukasiak started her YouTube channel. As of right now, she has about 780k subs. Christi's YouTube started out as like day in the life, vlog style content. She did really cute content with Chloe and Clara. This video showcasing the fun things that she's doing in her life at the time. And as of like today, Christi's YouTube content is pretty much straight up Dance Moms. Talking to like Melissa or Jill or someone from Dance Moms, or she's going through costumes, or she's reacting to clips of Dance Moms. So those are kind of like the different lives and chapters that Christi's YouTube channel has went through since starting it in the year 2019. The last thing that Christi did in 2019, becoming a celebrity brand ambassador for the Your Mom Cares organization led by celebrity moms. So that's pretty legit. Moving on to 2020 and 2021, and I feel like both of these years showcase exactly what Christi is all about. Christi is a businesswoman. She's always been a businesswoman since before Dance Moms. So starting out in 2020, she actually does another ad with her youngest daughter, Clara, for the American Girl brand. Moving on with Christi's 2020 and 2021. In 2020, Christi's Couch was born. Out of all the Dance Moms, Christi is the first to start a podcast. And in this podcast, Christi discussed various amount of topics topics from self-help, interview experts and celebrities, and even old friends like Kira from Dance Moms. She covered topics from life lessons to mental health and true crime breakdowns. The true crime breakdowns is something to keep up here until we revisit Christi's couch. Christi is showing off her business hand, like I said earlier, because she decided to launch an Adulting 101 course designed to teach teens and young adults practical life advice like budgeting and marketing, social media. And basically her target is helping people in high school transition to college life. Aside from Adulting 101, Christi made these mini lessons centered around topics like crushing your goals, mastering money, and just being overall confident. Within these mini lessons, it actually includes like workbooks and 5-hour-long virtual Zoom sessions. Obviously, all depending on which course you decide to register for. So I paired 2020 and 2021 together because she's kind of just working on all of these things at once over these next 2 years. She's nurturing Christi's Couch podcast. She's nurturing her YouTube channel. She is obviously rebranding and tailoring her Adult 101 classes. And during this time, she's still promoting and being an ambassador for the Your Mom Cares nonprofit. We're going to take it up a notch in 2022 because 2022, after already having all these things on her list, she decided to start another podcast. And that podcast is called Back to the Bar. Christi Lukasiak co-founded this podcast with her bestie and dance mom, Kelly Hyland. Christi and Kelly Hyland decided to come out with Back to the Bar in 2022, where they do weekly podcast episodes revisiting the Dance Moms episodes with fresh commentary and behind the scenes insight. And actually around this time of 2022, she stopped doing Christi's Couch a little bit. It's not deleted, but she just stopped. She's still going ham with YouTube though. And also in this random year of 2022, Christi does one other thing that actually kind of shocked me back when it happened. Christi moved to New Orleans for 8 months. And basically, Christi and her family bought an Airbnb in New Orleans, did some renovations on it, some very intense renovations, by the way, because as you can see, she hooked this place up. Christi opened her Airbnb. So yeah, moving on to the year 2023, Christi's still doing YouTube. She's still nurturing Back to the Bar. She's still an ambassador for Your Mom Cares nonprofit. And now she is a Airbnb host now. She actually did a tour of it on her YouTube channel and you should check it out. This house is pretty beautiful. She wanted this Airbnb to be like the ultimate girls getaway, bachelorette party type vibes. So something to add in 2023, and I'm not sure what year Christi did this honestly, but Christi has a production company. Christi Lukasiak co-founded Miscommunication Media, which is her New Orleans-based production company. Christi talks at panels to women, basically talking about like women empowerment and her entrepreneurial mindset as a woman. Not to say that everything else wasn't exciting, but moving on to the year 2024, and it gets extremely exciting. Starting off with, this is the year that the Dance Mom reunion came out, and as most of us know, Christi was not there, even though she wanted to be. She had some prior engagement. Lifetime asked Christi to do a Dance Mom's epic showdown, 11 episode commentary and context on iconic showdown moments. Obviously, we know that she's still nurturing her YouTube channel, nurturing Back to the Bar, nurturing her New Orleans Airbnb. In 2024, Christi decided to rebrand the whole entire podcast. Christi changed the name and the whole entire vibe of Christi's Couch, the podcast, into Beyond the Norm podcast, which focuses on true crime, paranormal, urban legends, scary, spooky talk. And she does not do this podcast alone. She actually does it with her best friend named Stephen Maynard. They actually haven't posted an episode since March, but I'm pretty sure that it's still a thing. And now she has a third podcast on her resume that she is doing. Christi, Melissa, Jill, and Kelly all came out with a podcast together called Pillow Talk. 3 seasons talking about a different show. Pillow Talk season 1, they decided to watch the Dance Moms New Era show. Basically did a rewatch podcast. It's really fun to see all of them together. Obviously, I wish Holly was there. Honestly, I wish all of the Dance Moms could just come together and do a podcast. Now, this is the last thing in 2024 that Christi has done that I have been dreading talking about this whole entire video. And and that is the Elevate competition that her, Chloe, and basically in 2024, Chloe, Christi, Diane Pint, and Brittany all came together to create Elevate Dance Competition. Basically 1 year later after making this, they ended up dissolving the business. I don't really know the drama and I don't really care to talk about it. But yeah, so that happened in 2024, but the dance competition is no longer. Let's see what 2025 Christi is up to. 2025 Christi is still nurturing her YouTube channel, still nurturing Back to the Bar, now nurturing Pillow Talk, Beyond the Norm podcast. She has her New Orleans Airbnb. I'm sure she is closing up the loose ends to all of this Elevate dance competition fiasco. And she has came out with 2 more seasons in the year of 2025 of Pillow Talk. The second season of Pillow Talk, they basically all do the same thing. They all sit in bed and they revisit and talk and give their opinions and commentary on the show Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And then they do it all again in season 3 when they watch Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition. And it's all the same vibes. They give their commentary. They actually came out with an episode where they rewatched Jill's episode of Say Yes to the Dress. And I really want to watch that. That concludes my video on Christi Lukasiak. My next video is of course going to be on Miss Chloe Lukasiak. Comment down below what dance mom girl you would like to see after Chloe. Do you want to see Kendall? Do you want to see Kalani? I've been thinking about who I want to do after this Dance Mom series is over, and I'm thinking about doing something with Trisha Paytas. Let me know down below. I hope you enjoyed, and God bless.